just accomplishing the job tasks. So building your network. Very important to think about this again as a two-way exchange. Not only what can you get from others, but what can I offer of value back to the network or to the group. What is the fastest route to get this information? Who are the people with whom to connect? And finally, focus on quality, not quantity. Some of the things that are formulating now in the social media and so on, where they talk about how many contacts that people have, tend to focus more on quantity, not quality. But it's very, very important, again, to know what value you bring to the network, who has the information and how can you get it quickly, and again, who are the quality people with whom you need to have in your network. So starting a new job is very much, you can look at that in the sense of starting into a new network. Here are some other examples from the research on starting a new job. This person told me, and so you'll learn that you've really got to network and really learn people around here and really, really get to know them on a personal level and earn their respect, as well as respecting them. This was one of the key things that this person realized once starting a new job. It says nothing about expertise, technically doing job tasks. It is always about building this network. Another person told me, I think the biggest thing is to develop a good relationship with your coworkers. Be understanding that it's not their job to help you along. And again, this speaks to the importance of bringing value to the network. So you need to be proactive in developing, formulating, and taking care of your networks. Be aware of and monitor the situation with your networks. What is the pattern of your interactions with others and others' interactions with you? It all is focused on the creation and utilization of knowledge, and this depends on the structure of the relationships and the values of the group that you are in. There were many examples that I saw in organizations where groups were mildly to highly dysfunctional. This really breaks down and makes networks ineffective. So there are situations where you can be in very good, highly productive networks or very poor and dysfunctional types of networks. This is what we mean by being aware of and monitoring what is the status and what is the quality of the networks that you are in and what is the patterns that are forming. So Robert Kelly has done some research on how to be a star at work in his book. He has identified 8 factors that affect network quality. The first one that he identifies is your mental model. This goes back to in the very beginning when I spoke about the negative or positive intentions with networking. Do you see a network as just some place where you can go and get help to get solutions to problems, or do you see it as a two-way street where you are also contributing and it is really a mutual sort of a relationship? He talks about weeding and seeding, and by this he means you need to be very careful about the people that are in your network. You don't want to go for quantity, you want to go for quality. Who are the important people that have the important information and knowledge and skills and expertise that you want to tap into? And who are the people that can benefit from your information? So, the people that you have, weed out the people. It sounds a little harsh, but you need to be careful about who you're spending your time with. And also look for those high-quality relationships. Develop your relationships early. This is critical. Do not wait until you need information or you need help before you contact people. Very critical to contact people early on when you don't need anything and start building information or start building relationships early. Better yet, offer something before you start expecting something in return. Follow the etiquette of the network. That means be considerate, be polite, respect other people's time, realize that it is not their job to help you do your job always, but have good manners. Do your homework. He describes this as not wanting to waste other people's time. So you don't go to people looking for answers or help for information that you could have easily found out yourself or learned yourself. Learn as much as you can from other sources before you start tapping into other people. Only go to other people for the very important questions and the difficult questions that you cannot answer through other sources. Credit other people lavishly. Share the credit, share the limelight with other people. Even err on the side of deferring credit to others throughout the operation or the work that you're doing. Benefits of newness. Especially for people starting new jobs, being the new hire or being the new person in the group has a lot of benefits. What we found is there is a period where they have this sort of a honeymoon period where they can get a lot of help, a lot of information from other members of the group just because they are new. But also realize that there is a time limit to this, and there are expectations created by others for, if I'm helping you, at some point you need to start delivering and returning the favor back. So you do have this honeymoon period when you start, but it has a limited shelf life. And then finally, networking citizenship. Always try and give more than you expect to get out of the network. So with these 8 factors, you can see that it really forms a good model to think about in building your networks.